welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. I'm your hostess, Jocelyn. Today is Tuesday, September 17th. We are in season 7, episode 2 of season 7. For all those who don't know, next week, well, the 20th technically, so the end of this week, but next week will be our 3rd anniversary show. So I will try to plan something, but I don't really know. But I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I just want to continue to thank you guys and express my gratitude for you guys supporting Talk to Me Tuesday and tuning in each and every week. 3 years is a long time to be rocking out with me. We're going on 132 shows. So I'm really, really grateful. I appreciate all of y'all. And thanks for tuning in. As y'all can see, I got a couch full of brains right here. We're going to talk about money today. I know y'all like to talk about money. I don't know about y'all. Y'all like money?
I love money.
I love money. It doesn't come to me as fruitfully as I like. I'm trying to manifest more, hope that the blessings continue to fall in my lap. But I want to talk about the black dollar today. I want to talk about our people and how, and y'all see how we all matching with this black. We came with the black power for the black dollar. Y'all was ready.
These are my windows.
Yeah, I wasn't. I really wasn't. I got to get my clothes out way in advance because the way my life is set up, I think that I just could wear black every day if I wanted to. But I want to give my guests, of course, a chance to introduce themselves because I'm sure y'all already know them. So we're going to start with you. Hey, Miss Brittany.
Hi, I'm Brittany Bronson, and I own Rebrand Career Consulting. We are a career consulting firm specializing in supporting black women to achieve new careers, new promotions, and to take their career to the next level through intensive resume writing, career support, mock interviews, and cover letter support.
Nice. You heard it? So if you need, and the presentation is impeccable. So, if you need some interview skills and some resume writing, I like that. Because, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here, so you got our back. I've actually worked with her. She gave me a really good consultation in the past, and it worked for me. So we're going to give her a little bit of chance later to get into it a little bit more, but that's Miss Brittany Bronson. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Well, I am Tara Colston of Colston Williams Financial Group. We are a small financial firm located in Center City, Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
We offer insurance products, financial consulting as far as budgeting, credit repair, as well as business consulting. So if you're interested in starting a small business or looking to kind of just secure financial freedom, whatever that looks like for you, we're here to kind of help you paint that picture and give you a roadmap as to how to execute that.
I told y'all, man, I be bringing the resources. The resources is here, man. They here to help you whatever it is you need. At this point, we haven't even heard from the gentleman at the end. Welcome, Tara. Welcome, Tara.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I don't even got no fancy
It ain't always gotta be fancy, but come on, we ain't going front like you ain't the man. Let them know.
Runway millionaire, multi-business owner. I own like 10 businesses right now. My kids own businesses.
Right.
I do a lot of stuff from crowdfunding to just motivate and inspire, entrepreneurs, different mentorship and mastermind programs, a bunch of stuff. Anything business, that's what I do.
Gary,
Yeah.
so you own 10 businesses. That you said that real light, like I just own 10 businesses.
Yeah.
Like I got 10 pair of Nikes. Like tell us about some of your businesses.
So I own a tattoo shop, a hair salon.
Okay.
A hair salon, nail salon, lash studio, event space. And then I have like a Bob at the Block company where we do crowdfunding, investing, teaching people how to invest in real estate, make money. And we do it as a collective, as our people. And all my kids have operations as well.
Wow. Damn. Well, basically, I'm really going to kind of utilize this show to get some information out of these people. I'm sure they have some amazing gems to drop on us today. And like I said, I reached out to all you guys intentionally because I had an idea of what all of you do separately, and you guys are amazing. And I love the dynamic how you guys are all in a different area, but still the same purpose. Yeah. Same purpose is just that financial freedom. I know you mentioned it. You putting the generational wealth is right there. The kids got businesses. Yeah. You help them not only because a lot of times right now we are in the era of the entrepreneur, right? So we're not going to trip like not everybody wants to be a business owner, and that's great. And it is inspiring, it is motivating, and we've all done it, so we know what that looks like. But understanding that those career paths, that information is still prevalent. Everybody can't just quit their 9 to 5 and just rock out. So I want to start with you, Brittany. Let us know how is that working with, because I know you deal with like a lot of millennials, and you did mention that you gear toward women. So how is it working with women that are, whether it is they are trying to get into business? Because I know, like I said, me and you have worked together in the past, and you know, I was looking for more of an entrepreneurship advice, but there are women that you're coming across that are just looking to promote within their job or anything like that. So how's that working for you, and how do you get to those people?
Sure. So let me start by saying, like, I love my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 is amazing. I love what I do. I oversee the Philadelphia Police Department, including their policy, practice, and customs. So with the policy that I focus on being those that most disproportionately impact marginalized communities, I love the impact that I make at my job. So when I speak with other women and I say, like, hey, I understand that Black women are the least hired, the least promoted, and the least paid in the workforce, I'm speaking from the reality that I am a Black woman, and I've had to do some rebranding for myself. Despite my degrees, I've had to advocate for myself. I've had to walk away from jobs. I've had to say, hey, I pulled this white man's salary and this is what he earns, but I have another degree, so I need to earn more than that. So the opportunity that I bring to all of my clients is that I still work my 9 to 5. I know what it's like being a Black woman. I also know what it's like to be a single mother. And so being able to speak the language, really give the game, but also to say, like, if you just need a girlfriend to text to say, hey, I know I paid you for my resume, but my person that you can still have that conversation with me, and I'm going to give it to you real. I'm going to tell you go to HR. I'm going to tell you, hey, maybe take a day off. I'm going to tell you, hey, you know you still need your check next week. So
don't be the Black girl in here acting mad.
Right. Because my goal is always to help my client reach whatever their goal is, and it's not always entrepreneurship. For me, I didn't start Rebrand on purpose. I started Rebrand because I did a cousin's resume, and then I did a girlfriend's resume, and then a few other people told me, and my husband was like, okay, so at what point are you going to start charging for these services that you're taking away from our family? So for me, I fell into entrepreneurship by doing something that I loved, which really speaks to the piano. We love our community, we love our people, and we want to support our people to better. If that means a better job, sis, don't quit your job, okay? Because I didn't quit my job. You can have a business and a job.
I'm not encouraging you to do
that.
Okay,
no, we can level you up. But it's okay to still have your 9 to 5.
Yeah, because we are in a culture where everybody's like, F your 9 to 5, and you know, it's just like, well, hold on.
All right now.
On top of the fact that we all know as entrepreneurs, this shit ain't for everybody. So don't just go quitting your job all willy-nilly, thinking you just about to be rolling in the millions and you don't want to work and you don't want to do nothing, and everything's just going to be beach time, margaritas during the day, brunch, because I like brunch.
I love brunch.
Brunch is my favorite part of being an entrepreneur.
You want to go to brunch? Want to meet?
Yes, for sure. And we can have a meeting over brunch or anything, but for sure the brunch is included. Then we throw a little mimosa in the mix, and
I love it.
I never tell nobody quit their job though.
Right. Okay.
I do advise them on, like, yo, at some point in time, like, you gotta know your worth, and you gotta realize that we all have gift, purpose, and talent.
Right.
And if you're not working in those and you're not exercising those, God not gonna open up the doors for you. So it might take a person for like her to be like, write your resume, and you like, yo, you get to that now, because everything we have is just a platform. You know what I'm saying? Like me, tattooing was my first business. That was just a platform for me to be like, yo, I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
But I could also learn a business. If I could do it this time, I could do it with anything. You know what I'm saying? And that helped me get into marketing, that helped me get into running Facebook ads. Like, I was probably like one of the first people that was like, yo, I run Facebook ads, and people like looking at me like, you do what? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm making a lot of money off that. You should try it. You know what I mean?
You actually should try
But
it.
just helping people identify, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know you still need that job. Like, don't go shoot yourself in the foot. But I get texts every day, like, yo, I put my 2 weeks in. I'm like, let's go.
Let's do it. But you just gotta be ready, and again, it's nothing wrong with that. And like you said, you highlighted a good point that you love your job. The jobs are here because people need them. There's different roles that people play. Like you said, like we all have some type of purpose to be able to stand up for the minorities. Your title was a little kind of long, and it was a little elongated, so I don't want to mess it up. But I know you work with the police department, and that's pretty major. And you are a Black African American woman, so there are jobs. The jobs are there, and it's not that you can't have a job or you can't be successful at a job. You can't succeed or excel and get to another level, but that doesn't have to be your end all be all. And we're definitely here to talk about whether you got a job, 9 to 5, overnight, 24/7, whatever the case. What are you doing with those funds, Ms. Tara? What are they doing with their funds?
Well, just to piggyback off what she said, often if you are interested in entrepreneurship and you do have a job is going to help to build the character, as well as kind of give you some of the skill set that you're going to need to go into entrepreneurship.
For sure.
If you are studying the job or the business that you work for, then you need to be looking at the individual systems and operations that they have in place. What works? What doesn't work?
Right.
What are they doing well that I can duplicate? What are they doing that I can do that they're not doing that I can set myself apart, depending on what industry you're looking at getting into? So use your job as a learning environment. Take everything that you can
Take it all.
from that environment.
Everything.
And take it with
Suck
you
it in, yeah.
when the time comes, if the time should come. And then also you have to determine whether you want to be a business or you just want to do a hustle. A lot of people often just want to hustle, which is basically a quick turnaround, and you just want to do something. It's a means to an end, if you will. Like you are generating income, extra cash. You want that financial freedom. But when you say you want to be a business owner, then you're talking about systems, you're talking about structure, and most importantly, you're talking about scaling, which is growth. You are not just looking at a short-term plan for a quick flip. You are looking at growing something long-term that you are going to be vested in.
Short-term plan for a quick flip. Y'all don't. So many people don't realize, and I'm loving the terminology that you guys are all using because so many people don't grasp the difference. You know, everybody's like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm my business owner. Well, no, you're kind of hustling right now, and that's okay. That's okay. But
yes, you're
an
independent contractor, you're self-employed, but there's a
exactly,
and
that's okay.
And I
but you
said
gotta
that
understand the difference.
There's a difference between filing your 1040 or 1065 versus filing that 1099. And a lot of people don't understand that there is a huge difference with the amount of work, the amount of money, the amount of time,
The amount of accountability.
the accountability, the responsibility that comes. The
Okay, when you got all your receipts in
Okay, let's go.
claiming everything from my socks, my drawers, my
My
makeup,
office
everything.
space.
Yes, for sure.
When it's that 1040, you at Rita's and you talked about business to the person in line, you like, can I get a receipt for that $3.35 smoothie or what do I just, that was a business meeting.
It was.
I need that right, like you,
It gets serious. It gets serious, and I know that you deal so like finance is your thing. So that's what I wanted to make sure I had you here because so many people, like I said, whether you have that job or you are an entrepreneur, what are we doing with our money? Like people are not doing the right things with their money, and also I know that you started your buy back the block initiative, and I want you to really give us some detail about that because I know a lot of people that are interested and you need to grab money because just to know more that there's so much more to do with our money than we was talking behind the scenes, and Brittany already confessed that she just brought a Louis Vuitton bag, and it's okay, you work hard.
I work very hard, okay? And I believe just understanding like systemic poverty and understanding just like how Black communities are already financially disadvantaged and marginalized already, that the reality is that it's not enough for us to save, right? Like you can't save your way out of poverty. No, you need to invest. You need to be taking on another stream of income. You need to have some passive income. I have downloadable templates on my website. People can just look. You don't want to pay me? Fine, cool. Download the template, do it yourself. I have resignation letter templates. Fine, you a little too emotional, just download the letter because we don't want to mess your reputation up. Just sign your name, okay? And so the reality is that we can't save our way out of this poverty, or we can't save our way to afford certain luxuries that we honestly deserve. So for me, as a hardworking mother, a hardworking wife, and someone who pours back into the community, yes, I did buy Louis Vuitton, okay?
And high five to you. High five to you.
Okay.
Y'all got Louis Vuitton? I don't have Louis Vuitton.
So actually, what I did at 2019, I had posted like a video. I had like $23,000 in like designer sneakers, Louis, Fendi, Balenciaga, and I was like, yo, 2019. I was like, I'm not doing none of that shit this year. I'm taking all my money and I'm investing. I had Gucci since like 2008, since I can remember. Like, yo, I paid Gucci like 10 years of my money. I ain't paid me not one time. You know what I'm saying? So like within the course of the year, I went to Walmart. Got me $23 pair of Walmart shoes. I'm gonna run through all 2019 of this. I don't care about how nobody feel about me. And I think sometimes, like, you know, like, not to knock you, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want your bag and all that. Like, I've been there. Like, yo, I grind hard and shit. Like, 9 to 5, I don't have that. My shit 24/7. My phone ring 2 o'clock in the morning. It's about some business I'm answering because I got five kids to feed.
Okay,
like,
5
and-
kids,
yeah,
5 kid crew.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so how many kids you
Yeah.
got?
Oh, okay, 6-kid crew.
Yeah, I'm a
You got 6 kids?
Holla at me. What's
Yeah.
that?
Are y'all serious?
Yeah, I'm a single dad, so I drop my kids out every morning to go to school. So yeah, so
Damn,
it's
high
serious.
five to
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I only got 2 kids and I'm struggling.
No, but like she said, she can't save our way out of poverty. So 2019 was me like being more conscious about my spending. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice this.
To one large plan where you can achieve that goal.
Yeah.
So you have to develop financial discipline. How bad do you really want the things that you say that you want?
Like that
She
alone,
just
like me
kicked
making
in
that
for
decision, that allowed me to open up 3 more businesses this year.
Just by putting that in out there.
Yeah, me just saying like, you know what, I ain't
I'm
doing
not
this.
doing
You know what I'm
this.
saying? Each one of my kids need a business this year. I just signed a lease on another business, like Friday. You know what I mean? So it's just like those are the, and then I'll get back to the bags. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she still like like what she said, like you can't save your way out of poverty. So what she has is an incredible 9 to 5. That's an amazing platform because she get to speak to the culture and the community and identify what's problems and look, I'm in a position to help fix those problems. But then, I got a side hustle, so me gonna get that bag. That came from OPM.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all want that bag.
So y'all define
that.
So an average working woman that's going to buy that bag shame you. You know what I'm saying? But if you have an asset to pay for that liability, then you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that all day.
And if you believe in savings, okay? Because also before I bought that bag, like my kids had passports, my kids had PA 529 accounts. PA 529 are college savings accounts in the state of Pennsylvania that are really great because not only can they be used for college, they can be used for private school here. So if in a place like Philadelphia with a failing school district, you are able to use that income to pay for private schools. So whether that's your Germantown friends, that also, okay, let me just put a bug out here. This is the season if you want to start applying for private schools, it's now, like now's the time for next year. This is the time to get your finances in order, which is your, if you need a tax transcript, all of those sort of documents. But the PA 529 essentially allows you to save for your children's college. For me, I do an automatic deduction, and so we could always talk about pre-tax deductions, which I utilize a lot as a single mom to decrease my taxable income so that I got a larger refund. But my refund was not. My refund was on the basis that like I was putting money into the 529. I was doing the flex spending account with daycare. I was doing a health spending account, so I technically didn't pay for my kids' medications. I would just pull it out of my already pre-tax fund.
And that's what's important, guys. So when you are having these jobs, just making sure that you're still utilizing the resources that are there. Because I've had 9 to 5s, and I remember the 401ks and the flex spending and all that. I'm just like, no, give me all my fucking money. I did finally start to put into the 401k, but a lot of it is just because we don't know. They don't give you the proper information, or it's like they give you a pamphlet. It's like this damn thing. I'm not reading that. So tell me what's what. So Taryn, I just wanted you to kind of highlight because I know that's really, really your thing. So when you do have a job, like what things should we be like, whether it's writing off or signing up for with our paycheck? Because people will be missing $40 out their check and think they about to die. Like, oh my God, my check is short, and what I'm gonna do is it's not that serious, and then it has those on the flip side better results. So tell us a little bit about things that people that are working regular, a lot of working people. I'm not knocking my working people on my show might be watching.
So she actually touched on quite a bit. So pre-tax dollars. That's what is most important.
Okay.
When you can pay for things with your gross, because you have your gross and then you have your net. Your net is what you take home after taxes, after everybody has put their hand in your pocket and took their little bit for
And then you got your $7.
And then you have your $3.50 left over to go ahead and pay your $1,000 rent. But what you want to do is let's say you make $1,000 a week. Let's say that's your income. If you can pay for your TransPass before you get taxed, which is, let's say your TransPass was like $25 for a TransPass right now, that $25 is coming out of that $1,000 as opposed to after tax dollars. Let's say after taxes you are now walking away with about $750,
Right.
which is just like a ballpark.
That's pretty accurate,
But
actually.
yeah, so let's say now you're gonna pay for that same trans pass with the $750 versus you could have paid for it with the $1,000. So it impacts your budget when you are paying with things based off of your gross versus based off of your net. You're working with a smaller amount with your net than you are with your gross. So it's better to be able to get those expenses out the way and taking it off your gross, and it saves you money in the long term. It may shorten the short-term paycheck that you're getting where it's
Right.
like, damn, I made $1,000. Man, I only got $750, but you still gotta pay.
You gotta pay the shit
You
regardless.
gotta pay.
Either way, you have to pay it.
Whether
So why not
travel,
sign up
whether
for
it's
the
childcare,
thing.
whether it's co-pays, things of that. Like she really touched on pretty much all of the different things that it can affect your day-to-day expenses.
And what is that? That's the flex spending accounts that people get at their
like
jobs.
spending accounts. You can have health spending accounts, which
Yeah,
is the
health spending,
HSA. Yeah,
that's
so yeah, and that'll pay for like co-pays, co-insurances, deductibles, things of that nature. Where again, it's pre-tax dollars. If you have a 401k, definitely take it's free money. Take
Right.
advantage of it if that is something that your job is offering. They're eventually going to.
You
They're
ain't
eventually
fucking
going
with it.
if you have an opportunity, because
Yeah.
when you utilize that 401k, eventually there are loopholes where you can take that money out and then invest it into things that are going to give you a much higher return.
Right.
Self-funded IRAs, also some jobs offer IRAs, depending on if you're self-employed. An IRA is a good option for you. It's basically a self-funded 401k that you're
Okay.
doing for yourself. Where you can take all these different vehicles. Life insurance, which I'm constantly trying to talk about to people, is one of the
So many
biggest
people don't have life
investment. People only think about life insurance when someone dies. What people don't realize is that is one of the biggest self-banking vehicles of the wealthy. That is how they fund their money and avoid taxes, is they use life
So it's
insurance
like
policies.
money laundering.
I wouldn't call it money.
I'm calling it money laundering.
But
That's
they
how
are
they be
able-
hiding it.
They are able to put their money into life insurance vehicles. One, they can get much higher returns.
Like a trust.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just like a trust, and it is protected where they can move their money and their assets around within these, and they can get interest at much higher rates than your traditional investment vehicles.
So as I can see, a lot of these things so far we've touched on very, very accessible resources. These are all accessible resources. Once again, if you have a job, you're going to work, you getting up, going there every day, catching a train, plane, bus, or whatever, however y'all getting downtown to these jobs, and you're not even using the basic resources that are available to you. And like I said, I can speak from my experience when I was in the corporate world, just not having the information. Like it took me until I was 2 years about to quit my job, like, I don't know enough about the 401k, so I ain't doing it. Where the hell is my money at? Sitting in somebody's, like, fairy bank? No, where's my money? I want it all. I might not live until I'm 50. You know, and I used to have that attitude, but like you said, at the end of the day, you're already going there. You're already working. You're already going to have your same little, the tax is coming out regardless, so why not? And I don't even think it's considered a loophole. It's just resources that as a community, we either we don't know or we just so scared, we're so cynical, and we just don't take advantage. And I feel like that's the disadvantage that we're all at, or not all of us. Because I got the good people on the couch, so they're trying to help us move forward to do better. But so often we just not taking advantage of these particular resources that are already right there. You don't have to jump through any extra hoops to sign up for a 401k at your job or to get the health spending account. I remember them offering that to me. I'm like, well, I don't go to the doctor that much. I won't be using that. I don't got a copay actually. I think $20. I'd rather just pay it then. I don't want to just magically sit in here. I don't have kids at daycare, so I don't care about that. So, but it's all these things that I know that you guys are all experiencing. Y'all have the daycare. Y'all have the co-pays. You got little John got to go for a cold, and now he done broke his foot, and now he's doing this, and you paying the daycare all this money. So why not utilize those resources that are at your job? So for you, Runway, can you tell us about the buy back the block? I keep getting tongue tied when I say this, but when I saw the information about it, when I saw it on your page, I saw quite a few videos about it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys may have seen about it, but I want you to give us the details on that because it was like hella inspiring. I'm like, yo, this is like such a bomb ass idea that's not rocket science. So that's what I want you to kind of elaborate on that.
It go kind of deep. It go real deep. So for one, I feel like African American people, we the smartest people in the world. I don't care what nobody say. It's just that we just had a tendency to not pay attention. Like we know that the Chinese people, they only hire their own people. They ain't hiring us, and they keep their money inside their pocket. You feel what I'm saying? Puerto Ricans do the same way. Now we probably can slide in a little bit with Puerto Ricans.
Maybe just a little bit.
But we able to identify like how they operate, and then we don't follow suit. You know what I'm saying? Not even with our own people. So one thing for me is like when I started to identify things like Jewish people, they keep their money in the family. They piggyback off of each other's credit accounts. Like all my kids, they all got credit cards. You know what I'm saying? You're able to put your kids on your credit card. The limit is like 3 years old, depending on the type of credit card you got. So by the time they get ready,
I didn't know that. Y'all
by the time they get older, all you gotta do is call. It's a 10-minute call. Y'all want to put my child as an authorized user on my account. So now as your credit is building, now your child credit is building. What do that do when it comes down for you to get a property in their name, or for them to get a student loan or whatever? Their ratio is gonna be lower, and everything gonna be lower because their credit is high. And you're gonna be benefited off of living your life the right way, and they just gonna be more set up for you. You feel what I'm saying? So with knowing that, it's just like, how can I implement this with my people and investing and doing all that? All right, so we're gonna do crowdfunding. Okay. We're gonna have everybody put up a specific dedicated amount every month, and then we're gonna take that and then we're gonna pour it into real estate. Get the SEC compliance. It's not hard. This is something that people get scared of. They hear these big entities and like, no, we can't do that. No, we're gonna get SEC compliant. We're gonna have it on our website, so everybody that come through here, they know that this is a certified portal for our own people to build wealth. So I started doing more research on the information. More people started to reach out to me like, yo, do you know you can do this? Yo, you got 100 people. Do you know you can start your own charter and you can have your own credit union? Oh, for real? All right, we need to boost this thing up to a credit union. What that allows us to do is now we got a charter and we could create our own credit union, police and fire credit union. They have the right to discriminate in a charter. They can say, yo, if you're not a member of the union or a family member, then we don't have to allow you here. So when you got Chinese banks in the middle of New York City, or you got Chinatown, they have their own charter. They have the right to not do business with nobody else but their own people. Wow. So why can't we have the same thing? It's just that people don't have the mentality to come together. So in about six months to a year, we have our own charter. So if we got, just say 1,000 people, everybody putting up $50 a month. That's $50,000 a month revenue, right? So we have as a charter and as a credit union, we have the right to report to Experian and all that. So if you paid your $50 for 3 months on time, then now you have a $50,000 credit limit. Wow. You report that to Experian. So not only is we helping people invest in real estate, but we also giving them an avenue to have access to credit. And then we're gonna teach you how to leverage that credit and do your own thing.
I told y'all I had some people on here. Y'all thought that was so heavy. I'm listening like I didn't even get a chance. Right, I'm like, okay.
I don't know how serious it is because it sounds like you talking crazy.
But it doesn't though. It's so simple. Like it makes so much sense that it just annoys you. Like,
but we see Chinese and we see Puerto Ricans and that makes sense. But we still don't follow suit. And that's why I said like we so smart that we dumb. We pay attention to everything that's popping. Like, yo, what's really going on? Yo, you don't have to be convinced. Like, you don't have to, like, all you gotta do is show me one time. I went to a conference this weekend that just passed. $120 million in the room, all black people that's killing it in every industry, whether it's e-commerce online, whether it's real estate, whether it's trucking, whether it's credit. They all breaking down symbols that I don't have to be convinced. Other people gotta be convinced. You gotta dang near done for you. Like how you got your templates, it gotta be done for you to dang near do it, and you gotta slam it in their face. Like I don't have to be convinced, and I don't really know what to do, but you know what I'm saying? They'll go through the work, show y'all the proof. But when y'all trying to get on board, it's gonna be more than them.
Exactly. Because
everybody who is rocking, everybody who got the idea, they gonna benefit off of it first.
Right.
I mean, so.
And it's the whole statement, we so smart that we're stupid, because I love what your opening. Like black people, we are impeccable individuals.
Absolutely.
Like, we are like our own species. I really feel like black folks are a species in itself, but it's just clearly mindset, and I hate to generalize, but it's so sad, and that's the main reason I wanted to do this show, because we could have just talked about money. It's not about money. it's not about money. It is about the black dollar and understanding how much money we spend. We spend on bullshit. Nobody has nothing to show for
We
it.
spend trillions of dollars, literally trillions in consumer dollars every year. But we have the poorest school systems, we have the poorest neighborhoods, we have the poorest property values. But we can find money for Gucci. So the economic issue within the black community is twofold. One, lack of education, because we don't know the information like I'm sharing, what she's sharing, and what he's sharing.
Can't
And
say
then
I put y'all on, I'm trying.
two-part
something.
fold, mental health. We don't identify that our financial habits are tied to our mental health. So a lot of us are emotional about money. One of the number one things that you learn when you are studying the wealthy is remove your emotional attachment to a dollar. Black people are emotionally attached to every penny that they make, which makes it an emotional decision when they allocate where their dollars are going. Is this going to make me feel good? Is it going to make me look good?
I feel so
Is
good.
this something I want to do?
It's okay.
And that's
I
one of
feel
the
it.
things that the wealthy do. They're very strategic. They tell their money what to do. They realize that there's no emotional attachment to it. This is nothing more than a vehicle that's going to go in the direction that I allocate it to. And if I want to put it into something that's going to bring me a return, or one of the number one acronyms I say, ROI. Return on your return on
That one I know. That one I have to write down, but I am keeping
and
up.
this is, and I say it's like universal to life. Everything that you do should have an ROI. I don't care if it's the relationships that you cultivate, the friendships that you have, personal relationships with
Where do you get
significant
it out of
others, networking events, businesses, jobs, investment decisions. Everything that you do, you should be thinking about the return on your investment. What am I going to put in, and
Versus
then what am I
when
going
I
to
get
get?
back out.
What am I going to get
Because
back
I
out?
don't got a whole lot to put in,
Yeah.
so if I ain't getting
But
shit back.
you don't think that you got a whole lot to put in, but it be people that smoke weed every day.
Hey.
They spend $20 a
You
day.
see what I'm saying?
That's $7,640 at the end of the year. That's the investment property right there.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you got a hell of a realtor, they'll find you a triplex for $150,000. Your down payment, even if your credit score is a 580, you ain't got to be in incredible shape. It's only $5,260. So then you take that. Your mortgage, I'm sorry not to cut you off. Your mortgage should be $1,200, but you got 2 more units. So then you making $2,400. You know what I'm saying, per unit, and then basically what you making is $1,200. You then say that $1,200 for 12 months, you got $14,400 or something like that. You go repeat the process over.
It's not
You and your
rocket
family
science,
living
though.
one for free. You make 2, go pay bills, take $1,200 in income. You save all of that because you're living for free. You save all that. Take your 14 grand, go do the process all over. But when you take this money, go get your credit repaired, you know what I'm saying, go get you some trade lines, you know what I'm saying, go do a little stuff. So now when you go into the second one, your mortgage is lower, your money down is lower, go do the FHA program. So a bunch of different programs you can do.
So I often use a phrase with my clients. I've experienced this. Like I'm married now. I've been through a divorce, and my divorce hit me hard. You know, I went from being a married person with a husband who paid all the bills to a person with a repossession, a person who lost a house in the middle of divorce proceedings. And so I share with my clients all the time that you have to change your frame of mind from overdraft to overflow. So for me,
right now, overdraft.
yeah, from overdraft to overflow, because like my counterpart mentioned, it's a frame of mind. Like when I felt like, okay, I know I get $1,000, but I know I gotta pay rent, but I also deserve this because I'm a single mom and I know this and I know that. Let me tell you, when I got out of overdraft into overflow, when I realized, let me take him back to child support court, because I'm not gonna keep overdrafting my bank account for daycare. I'm not going to keep overdrafting my bank account to make sure that I'm going above and beyond when somebody else isn't doing what they need to do. It's all about a frame of mind.
Yeah.
It's all about changing what you feel like you deserve. What do you feel like you deserve money in the bank, or do you feel like, oh, I made it on $20 before for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna just spend down to my last $20.
And that's very, very key, and that hit me personally because I literally just had to change that number. It's just like, I know I'm gonna be cool And I used to really say, like, because I'm not a real, like, materialistic person. So I would just be like, I just want to be comfortable. Like, I just want to be able to pay. I don't want nobody calling me, bugging me, saying I didn't pay nothing. I don't want my phone getting cut off. I don't want to get my car repossessed. But I just want to be cool. I don't really want, and just realizing how that was me, like, limited myself.
You deserve
Like,
more.
you don't want shit. That's nothing.
You never
Like,
nothing. Paying
and then the last, like, and it's so crazy because, and I believe in putting out what you get, because I said that in the last couple months, like, I've been so comfortable. It's just like, oh, I really paid everything. Nobody's talking. Everything's cool.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't want a shirt. And I can't even buy a shirt, and it's just like understanding that I put that out there. I limited myself to that. And I know a lot of you guys are experiencing that, especially the parents that we have out there. Whether you're single or you're in a relationship, you married, whatever the case, y'all got kids. Y'all got hella kids. Y'all got 25 kids between.
I have 6 boys at that.
Oh,
I
shit.
just have 6 boys.
I have 2 children. I have 2 sons. But, and I know a lot of parents especially, like, I don't want to say we get it the worst, but we have that survival mentality. It's just like, listen, I just want to make sure that everything's cool and then my kids cool. We go without eating, we go without clothes, we go without shoes. Kids got haircuts and everything. I'm looking like Rosa Parks out here, who got hair and Sunday, looking a mess.
If you take that same mindset and you apply it to, I'm not being broke no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not overdrafting no more.
Exactly.
Like, we're not doing this no more. Because it takes the same amount of energy.
It does.
For you to say, yo, you know what? Okay, think negative. It takes the same amount of energy to think positive.
Yes.
And they say what you get out is what you get back. No, what you put out is what you get back more. So you put out negative thoughts, you get it back like that. You put out more positivity, and you get it back.
And I've experienced that, and I'm just like, why is this? And it didn't hit me until I really felt that level of comfort that I had manifested for so long. It's just like, I actually got exactly what I wanted, and now it's just like, but you don't have shit. So that's why I wanted you to be here, because I'm listening. Y'all not listening, I'm listening.
Your value shifted.
Yeah.
What you value. The problem within our community is we value things that don't, again, bring us a return. So you'll have a family of 4, a single mom, 3 kids, and she'll value making sure that she gives her 3 kids a birthday party, spending $300, $400, $500 per child at different times of the year. She'll value making sure she takes them on this elaborate Disney vacation so that she can put it on Instagram and show everybody that, yeah, my kids are out. She'll value making sure that her kids have Jordans on her feet. And this is in no way saying that you can't want nice things for your children, but you value these tangible items that you can see and get instant gratification with, that bring no return and add no real value to your life, as opposed to saying, I'm going to value making sure that I put money toward credit repair, as opposed to, I have clients that literally come to me and will be like, I can't afford life insurance, but they got insurance on their phone. I done seen them plan baby showers. I see them on vacation the next week after they done told me that. I see, like, they got Gucci bags, they out to dinner, they're at brunch and like, they're at brunch, they're at the bar, they're at restaurant week with their girlfriends, and these are the same people that are telling me, I don't have money to do a budget. I don't have money to be able to invest in that business idea or that business venture. You do, you just value other things more than you do wanting to invest in yourself. And that comes down to one of the biggest things. You are your biggest investment. Invest in yourself. I spend more on books than I do on entertainment. I have a library. I don't watch TV literally, I probably watch maybe 10 hours of TV a week.
Average person watch 72 hours
a
of radio
week.
and TV.
I will say I don't watch TV.
A week. Because I would much rather crack up. I can't tell you what happened in the last seasons of Power, because I gained nothing from watching that. While it is very entertaining, what do I gain from reading that, as opposed to cracking open Gordon Ramsay and learning some valuable tips that are going to help to set my family up for financial freedom?
I think that's the piece that people miss, is the value. Like a lot of older people, we don't understand our value until we older, until we done messed the credit up. And I teach my kids value young. Like, we don't do birthdays, we don't do holidays. We monetize those days. Like on your birthday, right? You know everybody will hit you up, hey girl, what's your birthday? You should be coming out with some type of ebook that they could buy, because most of the time they gonna have a problem with, dang, I'm trying to figure out something.
Literally 2 weeks from tomorrow, I'm gonna write that down.
My birthday, I made a special commercial. I ran a
Yeah.
promotion. So for
Yeah.
me, I was like, hey, my promo code is 25 because I turned 29 this year. It made $3,000.
Yeah.
So for me, that was my birthday, and I was excited.
So that I mean you can sell all your, it could be all your podcasts, you know what I'm saying, all these interviews at one time just for your birthday. Like y'all just wanted to support me, put in a package, make it a big deal, because it's not gonna be another time in the year that most people gonna be paying attention. And that's how I taught kids value. That's how I taught my kids value. Like, yo, you're gonna be an entrepreneur, ain't no choice, because you can't live here. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no Fortnite, ain't gonna be no Nerf, ain't gonna be none of that. And I taught them, like, yo, I set them down, put them through a little entrepreneurship training. Yo, you're gonna have a business. You're gonna learn sales pitch, you're gonna learn elevator pitch, you're gonna learn mirror speeches, you're gonna do affirmations every morning. This is what you're gonna do. And guess what? They say it takes 21 days to have a new mindset. It only take one. That's the day that you decide that, yo, I ain't gonna be broke no more.
Period.
So what I did was I took my son to Bali, Australia, Thailand,
How old is your son?
Hong Kong. He 9. So on his birthday, we pre-released his t-shirts. We ain't even had it. We treat it just like the iPhone 11. They selling the phones right now. You can't even get them until this date. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we took the same model. So like $1,600 in his t-shirts. He ain't even have them yet. That money then tired, like, yo, this is your value. We then got to order of t-shirts. He went out and made $600. So within a course of 3 days, he made $2,200. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm like, yo, I sit him down, I'm like, yo, Walmart paying $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? In 2 hours, you made $600. How much did a person at Walmart have to work to make the money that you made? They got me like 22 hours. All right, so where do you want to work at? You feel what I'm saying? Where do you want to work at? You want to work at Walmart or you want to work at yourself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
We
now,
got a question. Sorry.
What?
We got a question.
The Real Big Jug is asking, they said that they have a 716 credit score and student loans is the only thing on their credit. How can they get to a 720?
No, that's 4 points.
I mean, it might not be. I'm not no credit specialist, but I do know people that do student loans. So you probably just want to call them up if you got on-time payments. Because if you don't pay your student loans on time, it could drop 100 points just from missing one. Just from missing one payment, drop your payments. Drop your payments. So you probably want to do something like this: call them up and just have them switch your payment around, up at like $3, $4, to $5. You know what I mean? Go $10, $20 up, and that'll take your points up. Because now you paying that debt to ratio down.
Awesome.
Also, sorry, just about student loans. If you are a public servant in any capacity, that's also why I love my good government job. Okay, shout out to the sis with 2 master's degrees, and I have $0 payments every month because I'm on that income-based payment plan that's going to get forgiven in 10 years. So if you want to go to a hospital, if you want to go to the state, the government, the federal, whatever you want to do, if you're looking to really, like the gentleman mentioned, like either lower those payments or make it look like your debt to income is different. Look at where you work and see if it qualifies for an income-based repayment plan or the 10-year public service loan forgiveness.
Also, if you got credit that good,
I'm about to say, because that sounds a little like 716. That's mine's around. My numbers is like.
I think if you got credit that good, you can go ahead and get an Amex Gold. They gonna give you about 18 months, 0% interest. You can go ahead and pay a chunk of it all. Call them and try to get you a consolidation. Pay them off, and now you got the actual credit card that you gotta pay off, and not the student loan, because the student loan is a little harsher. That student loan is gonna last. They got that joke.
The game on the sofa, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all been writing this down, and I feel sorry for anybody that's not viewing live because I ain't gonna be able to get it till Friday.
That's one of the things that my homie did. He got out of school, and they give you like the 6-month term, but he already had good credit. So what he did, he paid it off on a couple credit cards. He owed like $23,000, and he called them. He was like, "Yo, what can we settle for?" And it was within that 6 months. He like, "You give us 12.5, we'll wipe it out." That swipe 2 credit cards. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't have that balance too high on each card. Got it right out.
And it's a lot easier to pay off a private debt than it is a government debt. So what that's affecting is her DTI, which is her debt to income ratio. That's why she's not able to get into that next tier with the credit. So what he just suggested is the first thing I started thinking was she could potentially, or he could potentially consolidate that, put that on a personal credit card, and then that's when you can start paying down. You want to make sure that you're paying over the minimum monthly payments that you have, because also one of the biggest parts of your credit score, which is 30%, that is usage. So how high is the usage and the utilization of your credit accounts that you have, the revolving accounts? If you're using over 30%, then it's going to affect your score negatively.
Exactly.
So the faster you pay down, under 30% of whatever your limit, so you have a $1,000 limit, you don't want to really exceed spending more than $300 of that card. You want to make sure you keep it under 30%. And then also having a debt strategy to pay down. Yes. Having a debt strategy, because none of this matters if you don't have a strategy to implement and pay down your debt. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm gonna pay down my credit cards, but you have to devise a strategy to make sure that you
Because
pay.
how are you going to do that? It sounds so easy.
They hustle.
Yeah.
Quick hustle.
And it's a quick hustle, but there's
Well,
ways to do it and be
orders. I mean,
But
are you lost?
one of the number one things I tell clients is work smarter, not harder. And you don't want to kill yourself hustling to try to pay down things so you can be strategic and get it done faster.
Right.
There are just things called the avalanche method, as well as the snowball method. These are 2 debt payment strategies where you can strategize your credit card payments and your debts and your expenses based on the interest rates or based on the total amounts owed, and you can strategize like a snowball, building it up. You can start with the smallest, so let's say you got a $30 payment a month on the credit card. Let's say it's GAP. Paying that $30 payment, then you got student loans, and it's like $300 a month. That's your highest amount that you have to pay. So what you would do is you would pay the minimum payment on all of your bigger debts that you have in your credit accounts. And then the money that you normally, let's say you paid a whole $320 on the biggest $300. All that money that you usually put access on the larger accounts, apply it to that $30 credit, that $30 payment a month. You're going to pay that off at a much quicker rate because you are applying a larger amount of money to the smaller debt. Once you pay off that smaller debt, let's say $30 is what you were paying, you take that $30, you roll it up to the next credit account that you have, and you pay that off. So now that $30, let's say you were paying $50 on that, so now you're paying $80 on that, and while still paying the minimum, so that way you're not getting behind on your payments on everything else. And then you're paying $80 that. Once you pay that $80, roll that $80 up, because you used to paying it anyway, right?
Exactly.
So roll that $80 up, and then you're going to take that to that $150 bill that you
The
had,
discipline.
and you keep rolling up,
That's
and
what
then
it's
by
all
the
about.
time you get to that biggest account, you have rolled up all these smaller payments.
And you're already
You are
used to
used
paying that
to
money.
paying within your budget, and now can attack that last debt at a much
That
larger-
$300 a month, it just sounds like no.
No, you can't $300.
No.
But the reality is
Well,
the money is
my student loan is $300 something dollars a month.
And
It's just like I'm not paying you.
And if he is gonna do that, before I swipe a credit card to pay like off of consolidation, I'll call all my cards like, hey, yeah, American Express, Chase got me at 10,000.
Yep. Follow up.
They got me at 10,000.
Right.
I just wanted to know, could you meet me there? You know what I mean? Could you meet me
Okay,
there?
that's what I'm
Because I
saying.
really like you and I really want to have you
really
as my
wanna
preferred
meet you.
call. Like I really have you having.
So it's all about the finesse.
Make
You gotta
it
finesse
easy for
them.
your
Yeah,
business.
because they don't care about taking you up, especially if you got a good account. They care about having that good account. They care
Yes.
about you being a primary card. They care
Exactly.
about we know you going.
Right.
We know you're gonna fall under that interest, and we're gonna get your ass. You know what I'm saying?
They want to give you
Yeah.
they want to give you limit increases.
Yeah.
They want
They
to.
want
They
to.
want to see you make. If you make, for example,
That
you start
interest.
with no credit. If you make consistent on-time payments, stay under around that 30% utilization, and make on-time payments for 3 to 6 months, they won't be like,
Yeah, and they will give you more. It's like what to me.
Look,
you're gonna get it on the
They-
mail, or you're gonna get
they
it on the
share your
phone.
information with other people. You gonna start getting other cards
Exactly.
up to 24,000.
Y'all get the mail.
Yeah,
Y'all know
yeah.
y'all ain't. What's our other question?
So, the Real Big Jug had a follow-up comment. They said, but on my credit card, I have a 0 balance.
You gotta use
So you
something.
gotta
Right,
use
not
it.
using
You
it.
have to
So
use it.
not using it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
It's
Not-
just
it's pointless to have
Yeah.
it. So it's similar to like
Not
no
using
credit.
it just as bad.
Yeah.
You gotta use
You have to
something.
use within that 30% is what you guys are saying. Within the 30%
So
Even if you do
utilization.
gas, like
Gas,
when I was
yeah.
building my credit from my
That's what I was
divorce,
doing.
I did gas.
The stuff you're already gonna buy.
Right, I got a secure credit card.
Yeah.
I got a secure card with Capital One, and then eventually it became unsecured. I would Nordstrom. Nordstrom is really good for just giving out extra credit around the holidays and your birthdays. So I built my credit up, and I built my credit score up from like real bad, like repo bad.
Yeah,
like it's bad when you
said it was bad.
like it was woo.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have to max it out, but just do something that you know you can afford. For me, that's a discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, because when Nordstrom gave the this since 2000, I was like, oh.
They got real.
But then
y'all feeling
I take
funny
what
today.
it is.
Y'all feeling
Right. So, like they mentioned, like discipline is just so important. I had to get disciplined. I had to change my mind. Like I said, from overdraft to overflow. I wanted credit. I wanted better credit. I wanted to be able to, if an emergency happened, have the resources to navigate in a different way.
But this one, you know, you're gonna pay like gas, cell phone,
Yeah,
bill, like
exactly.
That's what I'm about to say.
You don't need everybody though.
No, not everybody.
Things that you know you already have the money for.
Yeah.
So that way you know you can immediately
Yeah.
pay it off.
Yeah.
So that way you can make sure that you're not getting behind on the balance of whatever it is you're spending. So if you know you spend $25 a week on gas, add that $25 on that so that you can make that payment when that 30-day revolving bill comes around.
Right.
But it's $25 that you knew you were already spending
Exactly.
anyway.
Don't just go
Yeah,
and
no,
blow out
no,
the
Yeah,
credit
don't
card.
go spend money
you
on
gotta
a
be in
credit
your
card
budget. It gotta
that
be in
you
your
don't
budget.
have. That's what people do.
Got it.
That's
AD Bellamy has a question.
Okay.
If you are already, you've gotten the life insurance, you're doing the things. What is, I know, they know what the answer may be,
You
but they would like to, yeah. What is the number one suggestion any of you will offer to the person who, yes, I flipped the thought process. We're going in the right direction. We're building back the credit cards. We're building all of those things. What is some advice you would offer when you're in those first stages of doing that?
If we could get everybody to answer on
Yes.
whatever your
Yeah,
opinion is.
ladies first.
Can we start with the financial answer?
Yeah.
I was about to say, Miss Sarah, she will probably be the best person.
So the number one thing is, one, you have to define what your financial goals are. So why are you fixing your credit? Most people, number one reason is, I want to get a house, I want to get a car. You have to define what is the end game for building up your finances. You have to be strategic about defining what those goals are. And then you have to do your homework and your due diligence to find out what the cost behind those goals are. So that gives you a starting place as to, okay, I'm building my credit so that I can obtain a house. I also know I need to work 2 years in a job. You have to educate yourself about what your goals are, as well as defining what those goals are. So I would first say, sit down, whether it be an individual that's single or in a family structure, you have to define what your financial goals are. And that's one of our slogans. We put you in a driver's seat on your road to financial freedom. Financial freedom is like a thumbprint. It does not look the same for any one person. So I may want to be a millionaire. You may just want to make sure that you have 6 months reserve of all of your expenses and that you can afford education expenses for your kids when they go to college, and that you can go take a vacation whenever you want and not miss a beat with paying your day-to-day expenses. That may be financial freedom for you. So you have to figure out if that's what it is that you're working toward, and then you can start developing a plan and a strategy as to, okay, this is how I'm going to utilize my credit. So you may not want to get into real estate investing. You might just want to be able to pay off your own home and not have a mortgage. You want to pay off your mortgage faster. So then you have to start making those goals. So then you can develop actionable plans, because there's no one-size-fits-all strategy or debt solution or plan to implement for one person. So defining what your financial goals is the number one place to start.
You wanna go? I'll go.
Sure. So for me personally, I needed to, defining my financial goals looked like making more money for me. So for me, like I always say, like, you can't save your way out of poverty. As a black woman, if you're already underpaid, nickel and diamond, you could save $5 here and $7 there, but that's not even enough to really build a substantial stash for an emergency. So for me, a financial plan for me was, okay, I want to get a government job, or I want to get into public service because I want my student loans forgiven. I don't want to worry about paying a student loan payment. I want to get on a zero income-based payment, and I want to work my little job for 10 years, and I want my loans forgiven. And while I'm doing that, I want to be able to be paid fairly. I want to work at a place that has that provides me the financial freedom that I want. Financial freedom for me looks like being able to save for my children's college fund, because I didn't have a college fund when I went to college. Financial freedom for me looks like, I remember saving my first $1,000 in the bank, and I was like, wow, I got $1,000 in the bank, and I had never seen that much money in a bank before. And for me, that was almost like a high. Like, if I could save 1,000, I could save 2,000. Now, if I could save 2,000, I could save 3. And so I had to get comfortable just seeing money. That also was a piece for me. One of my financial goals was accountability. I used to dread checking my bank account on Tuesday mornings, because by Tuesday morning, everything is cleared, and I would just avoid my bank account. Wells Fargo, they just would have to
different tonight. It's true that shit. I've been trying to do this interview.
So for me, I had to get comfortable seeing my money. That was a financial goal for me, is I had to get comfortable checking my bank account every day and saying like, okay, in the morning, this is what I got, or if checking it and saying, okay, it's not there, then it's not going to be there. We're not going into overdraft because we want to eat out today. The money's not there. You know this check has to clear. Don't play yourself. That $35 hits different when you know that you're trying to change your mindset.
Yeah. For me, it would be, I think the whole principle of the conversation, that it'd be discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you start going in the right direction, that don't mean ball out. Do not ball out. Don't think like, oh yeah, I got this good thing going. I got one credit card. Let me go get 2. Let me go get 3. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. Before you learn how to drive the car, like go fast. Like, get control first. You know what I'm saying? Get control. Learn how to use that card. Learn the process, so that way you can master that one card in this one situation, and then you go and scale it up. You feel what I'm saying? You treat it just like a business. You treat it just like your personal relationship. You don't just go and be with the guy all in his bed on the first night. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. I gotta get to know you. And it's the same thing, with your credit when you're trying to scale it and you're trying to manage it. Like, all right, I'm going in this good direction. You know what I mean? I got an unsecured credit card. My limit is 1,000. Like, take your time with that. Learn how that 30% utilization rule work, so that way when you get $3,000, you know you can't spend no more than $700. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, learn how that stuff works, so that way you know, like, yo, what are my limits? Like, because some people, like, they get over their head, and you think that, yo, I'm going in the right direction, and you're not. You know what I mean? So
somebody get that 720 and they go crazy and they accept
And
every
before you know it, you back at 562.
They max it up and then
you
get
back at
exactly.
200.
And that's one of
I
the
ain't
biggest
get
things
that
that you
right.
have to, like, with credit specifically, is studying your financial habits. You have to study your financial spending habits, because one of the things, like, we offer credit repair services, but I tell people, if you don't change your habits, you're going to keep winding up back at a credit repair company. If you don't discipline yourself, then sitting with a credit professional or financial professional is you're wasting
You're
your
going to be
time.
doing the same thing.
You're wasting
You
your
can't
time.
put sugar on shit. So
Exactly.
And
every time
pretend
you
that it's a brownie.
It took you 4 years to build that 400 credit score and $8,000 in debt. So don't think that you're going to throw me some money and then I'm going to magically have everything done in 3 to 6 months.
I'm gonna have to have a different episode about the credit repair thing, because I'll be like, I'm super cynical and skeptical about everything. So I'll be like, what?
Most of it you can do yourself. I
But
tell all my
I
clients,
did buy a book,
most
and
of
then I
it you
did
can do
it.
yourself.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not.
Like,
It's
once you
just
understand
the
it, it's not
discipline
hard.
aspect. I feel like, guys, what we have learned today is the way us as a people can get more money, save more money, keep more money, invest more money. That discipline has been consistent across the board. We have 3 professionals on different levels talking about different categories of things, but it's all about your mindset and just being disciplined. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be poor. I'm not just limited to this poverty-stricken environment that I'm just because I grew up here, and this is not it. It's not it. So you just have to change your mindset. We all have to change our mindset. Get more disciplined on the things that we know that we want. Figuring out what it is that you want. Understanding that what I want don't look like what you want, don't look like what you want. We don't all want the same shit. I don't want the Gucci bag or Versace bag or whatever. So tell us where we can find you guys. Let everybody know where they can find you, what y'all got coming up. Let them know before we be done.
Sure, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media channels, including LinkedIn, because that is a professional network. Rebrand Career Consulting. You can also check out my website, in addition to ordering any of your career advancement products, resumes, cover letters, etc. at www.rebrandcc.com.
And also, you can find me on Facebook, social media, Instagram, LinkedIn as well. Our website is colstonwilliams.com. You can get more information about the services that we offer. And we're located right in the heart of Center City. So
Where you
stop in.
located?
We are at 1900 Market Street. So stop in, give us a call,
Period. That's what I said. Make sure you have it.
and let's get a consultation scheduled. Well, one of the first things I advise clients to do is do a budget consultation so that we can start uncovering what your financial habits are, because that's the first starting place to trying to change your life.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can follow me on Instagram, all the social media handles at Runway Millionaire. Yeah, all my stuff is on there.
Everything. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming. I hope that y'all learned a lot, because I did. Y'all said I got my notebook. I'm trying to get a conversation with every damn body and get my life together, because we have got to do better with our money, guys. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday. Until next time, good night.
Let's go.
Hey y'all, hey, this is Brittany Bronson from Rebrand Career Consulting. We are talking about taking your finances from overdraft to overflow. Tune in live with Jess Jocelyn on Tuesdays at 9 p.m.
Tuesday at 9 p.m. on Talk to Me Tuesday. Make sure you tune in.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Runway Millionaires. Some millionaire talk on them. Just Talk to Me Tuesday with Just Jocelyn. Tune in.